No, there's no rhyme or reason to it at all. It's like you know what it is.
The light looks nice. We need the light today.
Yeah, we need the light. Do you want more light? There's no fluff.
No, exactly. Just sound.
Everyone is anointed.
You know, we just want to belong, don't we? We want to feel like you see me, I'm okay the way I am. Right? It's such a primal need, that need to like have people see you and be like, yes, I see you and you're good, just the way you are. I love that about yoga. I think I was looking for that always. Did anybody else feel like that? Like you're always trying to find your people, your club, where you feel good, where you feel held. And we got it. That's pretty great.
Should have been a yoga club.
What?
There should have been a yoga club in high school.
Right. Oh, it
Let's
makes
see yoga
so
clubs.
much better.
So much better.
So much better. Oh,
I'm
my
about to make
goodness.
this feel like more than twice a
I
week.
know. I cannot wait to be done. Wait, yeah. I love that. All the misfits have a place now. That's our Wednesday morning misfit yoga club. So close your eyes and sit up tall and know that you are helped and you are appreciated for who you are, that you don't have to be anything different, that yoga isn't about changing the essence of who you are, trying to be somebody else, trying to be better. You're not here to be better. I think it's a mistake to think that yoga is about fixing something that's wrong with you. It's not. You're just polishing what you've already got. Rumi would say, if you're irritated by every rub, how are you ever going to be polished? So you let yourself tumble around a little bit in this life, in this wild roller coaster ride we're on. And the more you tumble and fall, the shinier you get. Take a breath in for all. So the mantra today is maybe my favorite. It's so beautiful. It's the Guru mantra. And it says Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara. Don't worry, it's a lot of words, this one, but you know the deal. You just open your mouth and let something come out of it. Be just fine. So Brahma is the creator. And when you sing Guru Brahma, it's like you're saying, I honor everything that shaped me in the very beginning. It's an honoring of the early part of your life, parents, which sometimes is really easy, sometimes is really hard. Your childhood, just recognizing that which created you. And then Guru Vishnu. Vishnu is the preserver, the sustainer. And so that's kind of like saying, I honor everything that's happening now. You know, to recognize all the ups and downs as gifts, as all those things that help shake you and tumble you around to polish you up. And then Guru Devo Maheshwara, that's Shiva, and he's the one that takes things away from us. He's the one that destroys and tears apart, and then afterwards creates space for all the new good stuff to come rushing in. So when we sing Guru Deva Maheshwara, that's like saying, I'm ready, go ahead, you can take it away. Because I know that something even more So call and response. I'll sing a line. You sing it right back to me. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. Try that.
Guru Brahma,
Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma.
Guru Sakshat Brahma.
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Tasmai Shri
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Tasmai Shri
Oh, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Tasmai Shri
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu.
Guru Brahma,
Guru Devo Maheshwara.
Guru
Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Tasmai Shri
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Tasmai Shri
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Tasmai Shri
Okay, we're gonna try it all together. Don't worry about a thing. Ready? Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu. Guru Devo Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Tasmai Shri Inhale, big exhale. And you can start a downward facing dog today. Stretch those legs out and feel the ritual-like nature of this practice. How we all have our own sweet little down dog rituals. And so they're so personal. And here we are also sharing this together, our secret club. That's really not secret, but, but it feels like that. You can invite anybody you want. You can sit with us. So shake around a little bit. You can make a little noise, inhale, sigh it out, or flutter your lips, or stick out your tongue, or do some fun. Find some way to move things through all those beginnings and nows and endings and transformations. And here we are. It's kind of a miracle that we can get here, isn't it? At 9:30 on a Wednesday, considering how wild and crazy and busy our lives are. So just to recognize that is pretty great. And then go ahead and just roll out into plank pose. Drop to your knees, take child's pose here. And then from child's pose, come on up to all fours, take hands and knees. And start to cat-cow with your spine so the belly falls, the heart inflates. And then you never seen the color green before. It's amazing. That's what yoga does. It cleans your windows. So you can see things better. So green looks more green. And flowers look more flower-like. They look more magical. So you clean your windows in such a way that everything inside can shine out, and the outside you see it as it is, which is pretty spectacular. And then go ahead and thread the needle, raising the right arm up like you're opening the windows on the right side of the car to let all the air in. And then thread that arm underneath and put your ear down, put your cheek down, and stay there for a few breaths with that left hand plugged in. You're rooting through the left hand like you've got little anchors on all your knuckles, and you can really root down into the planet. And then keeping your right arm under the left, sit back to your heels and take your eagle arm. So the right arm on the bottom, and as you tip the elbows up, you inhale, inflate, and then dive them down into your belly and stay. Just pause there and get a little rock from side to side. And then you can come on up and walk your hands out, come back into a downward facing dog. And in your downward facing dog, you may have to make yourself just a little bit shorter. Reach underneath with your right hand to try to hold the outside of your left shin there, left calf, left ankle. Who knows, some of you might even get your right hand under your left heel and step on it perhaps, but no need to grasp or reach too far. Just take what you need here. And can you try to square your hips and really reach your inner thighs back? And then go ahead and put your right hand down, come back to downward facing dog. The other way, you got two sides. Left arm under, and you reach for the outside of the right leg underneath you there. Just wherever you can hold on to, and you're spiraling your chest open, but trying to keep your pelvis nice and square. So that left hip, you come up and back even a little more, everybody. And then bring it back into downward facing dog. Roll out into your plank pose. Drop to your knees, take child's pose. And then come on up through hands and knees. This time with your cat-cow, split the hands around so the fingers point to your knees just as much as they'll go. If it's not all the way, that's fine. And then take some cat-cows that way too. Opening up all the joints to bring the light in and the space in, so we're not all sticky all the time. Step. Keep your hands like that, tuck your toes under, and move really, really slow. Start to move backwards with the upper body, so slow, so slow. Keep your hands on the floor as long as you can, and then at some point you can sit back on your heels, peel the hands up, interlace them in front of you, press the palms out and up to the sky for your Ushas Mudra, your break of day. You can keep your seat down on your heels for this one and stretch your palms up. And now keep your hands the way they are. Bring them down in front of your chest so that your palms are still facing out. And you're going to flip them around so the palms are facing you. And just do your best with this one too. Keep flipping them around so you invert them and press the palms forward. Okay, stay with me here. Put your hands down. Try to get as much of your palms flat on the ground as you can. Don't be mad at me. I know. And stay and breathe. Wow, it's just sensation. That's all it is. And you can keep your hands like that, pressing down as much as you can, and try to move backwards, even just a millimeter. I know. Just one more millimeter. And then another. And then another. And then slowly peel your hands up from the ground, release them, and flop them up and down like a little bird, just learning how to fly. Woo! And then you can walk forward, coming to hands and knees for thread the needle, left arm opening out to the side, mighty wings stretching, and then slide it underneath your right shoulder and put your cheek and ear down. Keep your left arm threaded underneath as you sit back on the tops of your feet. Eagle wrap your arms, and the elbows go up as you inhale. And then they climb in towards your center, and you can stay for a breath there. Let the head drop and rock a little bit from side to side. And then coming up into downward dog, release your hands, crawl your way forward and sweep your right leg up to the sky behind you. Bend the knee and open up the hip and just draw a couple of big circles in the air with your knee. And then stretch it straight up into the sky. Look forward, step up between your hands. Raise your right arm into the air. And see if you can press through the back heel, press down through the ball of the foot, out through the top of the head. And then like you're doing a great big spring cleaning, invite the breath to sweep through your house. And then drop your hand, straighten the front leg out as much as it'll straighten, which may be a little bit or it may be all the way. And you might even pull the right toes back towards your shin, come back towards the back of the heel there. Take a breath in, make a little sound side out as you exhale. And then bend the knee, look forward and step back, downward dog. Roll forward into plank, and this time take your plank in a straight line if you can. If you need your knees, use them all the way to the ground. Fingertips wide at the outer edges of your mat. Tailbone heavy, cobra. Climb your heart up. You're on your fingerprints, and you can turn and look over the right shoulder, and turn and look over the left shoulder. Just get the neck a little bit looser here, and anything kind of goes. Just a little wiggle around before you press back into child's pose. And then coming up through hands and knees to curl your toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stretch your left toes up to brush the clouds. Bend the knee, open up your hip, roll the knee around a few times. Feel all your petals start to unfold. And then stretch the toes up high. Look through the hands, that's where you're going. Step the left foot up and raise your left arm high. Head in the wind. Let it help you fill up. And you keep the pelvis really square. The outer shins hugging the midline. The back thigh lifting up. Drop your hand and lengthen the front leg just as much as it'll go right now without forcing anything, honoring things as they are. Making room to receive things as they're handed to you. Listen. Shift forward into your lunge again. Step back, downward dog. Pull it out into your plank and come slowly down to the ground. Fingertips wide again, and play a little bit in that cobra. Raise your heart up, roll the shoulders around a little bit. You can rock the head around and then press back into child's pose. And then coming up through all fours to tuck your toes under. Downward facing dog. Just watching out for your friends and neighbors around you, the others in our secret club. You're going to take your, remember yesterday we did it too, your Ministry of Silly Walks. If you weren't here yesterday, your homework is to go home and watch Monty Python. Remember it? The Ministry of Silly Walks. So you have a few breaths to silly walk your way all the way from the back to the front. Anything goes. It just can't be a normal walk. Okay? We should have a movie night and watch Monty Python here one night. That would be so fun. So get yourself all the way up to the front. Yeah, then you can fix your clothes, whatever you need to do. Fold over your legs. Shake out some of the nonsense from your head. If you have a lot of nonsense, you can really shake it out. And then bending the knees, roll your way up, touch the palms together above your head, reach it high. Bring the prayer right down into your heart. Hook your thumbs in front of you, swing the arms up, arch back. And then clasping the hands behind you, fold forward. So as you fold, the knees can get really bent, and then the more you stay there, you can really start to root them down to lengthen the legs just as much as they'll go without force. Bend one knee and then the other, roll the shoulders back and forth, find just a little twist from side to side, and then let your arms release down, touch the ground. Come up half, fold again, and then bend the knees and roll all the way up. Palms be above with the other thumb in front. Swing your arms up to the sky, arch back, and then spill down. Gather the hands behind you. Other thumb on top here. As the arms reach over and the knees bend, one and then the other. Shoulders rotate back, one and then the other. And then let those arms softly fall. Climb the heart up halfway, stretch long, and then fold again. Knees bend so you can ride the breath up where you catch your prayer above your head and then let it fall into the heart. Good hooking thumbs to swing up high and then spill down low. Gather the hands behind you. This time you can drop right into a squat. Release the hands, wiggle your feet apart. Take your palms together in the prayer. Take your breath in. Let it out. Drop your hands and step your right leg back so your left leg is right where it is at the front of the mat. Still toes slightly turned out and your palms both inside that foot. Go ahead and just shift back and forth on the ball of the right foot. Before you step back into your downward dog, go ahead. Roll your way out into a plank pose and then in a straight line come all the way to the ground. Stretch your right arm out to the side from the right shoulder. So straight out horizontally and then push over onto the right edge of your body. Stepping the left foot behind you with a bent knee and just stay there. Keep your left hand on the ground for now. Take a breath in. Your hand is right. Yeah, there you go. And then come on back through center. Cobra, open your chest, simple one. And then back to down dog on the out breath. So this time you're gonna, your legs, almost as if you might even want to watch here for a second. It's like you're braiding your legs. You're gonna take your right foot to the left edge of the mat. And then left foot to the right. All the way up until you get to the top. Whichever foot is in front, doesn't matter. Hold. Okay? Like that. Braid your legs. Come back to the front. Cross one over and then the other. Ooh, it's so cute. You can go fast or slow. And then when you land at the top, have your legs crossed still. Wherever they are is just fine, whichever one's in front. I know, and they might have to bend a lot. You might consider like tiptoe. It's a little awkward, right? Look, it's a little awkward. What we do here is a little weird. And then you can uncross. Take your feet just underneath your sitting bones at the top of the mat. Bend your knees, roll all the way up, touch the palms above your head. Prayer to heart center as you exhale, and then hook thumbs and swing your arms up high, lean back. Clasp the hands behind you, fold forward. And then dropping your hands, get low in your squat. Inch the feet apart. Don't worry about the heels here either. Don't worry about a thing. And then from your squat, drop your hands and step your left leg back this time. So you're in that wide kind of lizard, not quite pigeon sort of situation. And you can shift a little bit on that back foot and then step into your downward facing dog. Rolling forward to find your plank. Take plank all the way to the earth and its left arm out to the side this time. Stretch it away. Push over onto the edge of your body. Step the right foot behind you and stay. Feel the sitting bones get heavy. The back of the heart even get a little bit heavier. And then make your way onto your front side. This time upward dog. So move your palms down by your low ribs. Press into all 10 toes and pick your heart up. Open across the collarbones. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Settling in. Downward facing dog. Raise your right leg up in the air behind you. Step forward. Reverse warrior. So those roots, you plant them down and peel open. The soil, I was planting zucchini yesterday in my garden. The soil is so good right now, all this rain. So let yourself really, like you're this lamp here. Bend your front knee, reverse warrior again. Cartwheel your hands down, step back downward, facing dog pose. And this one, roll out into plank pose. Come down just halfway, but listen, and then come down all the way. Right arm out to the side from the shoulder, same deal like we did before. Push over onto the edge of your body, step the left foot behind you. You got some options here now. You can take the left arm, wrap it behind you. It's nice just to let it drape by your kidneys there. You might reach for the hands, but if that feels a little too stressful, don't worry. You can also bend the right knee and put the right foot on the ground and try to anchor both sitting bones down a little closer to the ground. And then make your way back onto your belly, upward facing dog. So hands are low, palms flat, tops of the feet, toes spread out. The toes help you open your heart. Downward facing dog. Lower the feet. Relax. Stay breathing. Really emptying down through the thumb side of your hand. Well, the thumb and index finger. And then raise your left leg up to the sky. We said arm of your lower body. Step forward and reverse your warriors. So plant yourself into that good soil and open wide. Clearing in the breath. You're the mightiest tree in the forest, and the breath comes in and it just rustles your leaves, shakes away all the dead ones. Straighten out your front leg and keep leaning to the side so you make so much space. And then tipping forward, reaching out to the front of the room, Utthita Trikonasana. Bring your hand down to something. Stretch out the brightest star. Come on up and back, reverse warrior, and hands cartwheel down to the floor so you can step into downward dog. And with an in-breath, right forward into plank, come just halfway down, chaturanga, and then all the way down to the ground. The left arm stretches out to the side. Push yourself over towards the door and step the right foot behind you. And go where you did on the other side. You can step both feet to the floor. You can wrap the right arm back and somewhere for it to rest. Finding your way back to your stomach for upward facing dog or the Mukha Svanasana. Pressing into whatever's touching the ground to help make space, and then downward dog rolling over your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, hop or walk up top of the mat. Come up halfway and then fold again. Bend the knees a little, roll up, reach for the sky, touch the palms, hands to heart center. Hook your thumbs, swing your arms up and back. Try to move biceps behind the ears. And then swing down, interlace and pour forward. Drop your hands, come on down into squat. Right hand down in front of you, a little ways to the right. Left arm opens up. You're welcome to bind the pose, or you can stay right where you are. Bring it back to center, drop the hands, step your right leg back, put your elbows down this time, put your back knee down also, and add a twist here, let your left knee fall open. You can reach your left hand back for your right foot if it's available. Otherwise, you can put your left hand right on your thigh, and even just that little bit of weight on the left thigh is enough to really help you open quite a bit more. So it can be subtle and also really profound. You can even rock your head a little bit back and forth, so you give the base of your skull a little massage back there. That's my favorite. It's nice if you kind of And you might hover, you might be on your hands, a little upside down squat for a moment. And then from squat, straighten your legs, fold forward, feet come underneath the sitting bones, bend your knees, roll all the way up high, touch the palms, and hands to heart center. Other thumb in front, hook your hands and swing up, arch back, biceps behind the ears. Pour yourself out, touch the hands behind you, fold forward. Drop your hands, wiggle open back into your squat. This time left hand comes down and right arm goes up. Spread your wings, open your heart, front, back, sides. You can wrap it all up and bind the pose if there's room, or stay right there. And then bring it back to center, drop your palms and step the left leg back, coming into that lizardy thing with the knee down and a little twist, either your right hand on your thigh or reaching for that back foot. It's there for you. And if you kind of pulled in to make it happen, that's okay. Sometimes the guy contracts a little bit and then you release again. And you let your tailbone spill forward and your kidneys soften and the belly move towards the front of the mat. Step on back, downward facing dog. From downward dog, roll the plank, take chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. And right leg up to the sky. Step forward, reverse warrior. Wing open. Straighten out your right leg. Go super slow. Trikonasana. Some of you can even loop your big toe up here in the first 3 fingers of your right hand if it's available. And then you can wrap your left arm behind your back. Take a half bind. Keep your half bind. Reverse your warrior again. Bend your right elbow. We're not going to Uttanasana. Just bend it so it comes over your head. Reach your left hand for your right elbow and right hand the left elbow. Hold on. If you don't reach anywhere, it's fine. Bending over to the side and reverse warrior. And then try to keep your hands like that for a breath or even more as you come into Ardha Chandrasana. So you're shifting the weight onto your right foot and trying to keep opening your chest to the side, holding onto your elbows while you're there. And then when you do eventually release, the right hand can come down and the left arm can either go up or you can hold your foot and take the bind like a bow. Tuck your feet together at the top of the mat. All your joints get a little soft as you fold in. Bend your knees, go all the way up to stand. Alright, take your hands. This is you ready for my shoulder opening? Take your hands. First one is just a little check-in. Reverse prayer. Some of you did this yesterday. I wonder how it feels today. So it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect here. Quest for perfection is not what we're after. You can even bring just your fingertips to touch, and your hands might not be up behind the heart. They might be down by your tail. That's fine, but you just see where you're at, and then release your hands. Take your right arm. Do you know this? So preface this a little bit. We're going to do something where we watch the hand, and it's interesting. So they've been doing a lot of work with PTSD and with veterans and a lot of survivors of difficult things, and they're finding that just the eyes watching the hand has been more therapeutic in healing some of this trauma than almost anything else. It's amazing. Just watching being aware of where your body is in space is super powerful. So, don't even worry so much about how far the hands get, but know that in just taking, so you're going to take your right hand and reach it up and watch it the whole time as it makes a big circle and comes behind you, and then bring the back of your hand towards your own back. Try to move it towards the back of your heart. It may not get all the way there, and that's fine. watching, of knowing where you are in the world is pretty interesting. And try to flatten your hand against your back. Yeah, and then the same thing with the left arm. Reach it up, 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 in front of you and then behind. Keep watching it as long as you can. And then try to bring your left hand to your right elbow. And it may not get all the way there today, and that's okay too. You can start to climb it towards there. Yeah, it'll get there one day. And then notice if you panicked a little bit, right? Did you stick your ribs out and kind of push your tailbone out and come a little bit onto your tiptoes? So see if you can come back and find your Tadasana. See if you can let your tailbone be just like a plumb anchor that drops right down into the center of the world. And see if you can find space in the front of the chest and also the back of the heart at the very same time they open. And keep crawling your hands around that elbow till one day it fits, like the hand is a perfect cup and the elbow fits right into it, like cup and saucer. And then keep your right hand there, and you can even keep pressing that thumb side, I know, back into the back, and reach your left arm in front of you and up to the sky. And bend the elbow, drop it behind your head, and see if you can reach your hands. You don't have to reach your hands today, but you can just start moving in that direction. And then imagining the whole pelvis, the whole torso, like a barrel almost, that you want to open it out in every direction. So not just pushing the front out, sticking the tail out, but trying to open the kidney band, trying to open the back of the heart and the shoulder blades just as much as the front. And then you calm yourself with your breath. That's what we can do. You have the ability to drop under the waves, to be okay with the waves. And remember, you're the ocean. And then keeping your right hand there and trying to flatten it even more towards the back. Release the left arm in front of you and take your left hand to the front of your right hip, so cross it in front of you. That's it. Yeah. And then so super slow, release the right hand. Yeah, cross it in front the other way. Isn't that the best feeling? It's the juice. That's the juice of the practice, the nectar, the Amrit. And now go the other way. So you take your left arm, sweep it up high. Watch it as it goes behind you. See, where am I in space? And then bring the back of the hand towards your own back heart. Try to move it up without the help of the right hand first and press it in. And then sweep your right arm up and make that giant circle. Follow it with your eyes as you sweep it back and try to find your left elbow with your right hand, or just as close as you can get. Easier this side, right? Yeah. And you can start to press that hand up and into the body even more. Thumb side presses in. Space in the collarbones, space in the shoulder blades, like a barrel. The whole thing fills. And then that right arm releases it in front of you. Reach it up, watch it with your eyes. Bend the elbow, drop the hand behind your head. And see how close you can come to that other hand. And one day you'll connect. And then find the kidneys again. Widen them. Make space there. Crawl your hands towards each other. The left arm so slowly. Left hand crosses over like you're taking your shirt off. Reach your arms out. Sexy. And then circle both hands around behind your back. Reverse prayer. Again, a little different, hopefully. Just a little different than the first one. And can you press your palms together? Try to really make a seal there. Try to press the base of the hands together. Try to press the thumbs together. Try to press the base of the pinkies together really well. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, release your hands. Who's really mad at me now? No? Okay, good. hook your thumbs in front of you, swing the arms up, open the heart, bend the knees, spill down, catch the hands, and fold. Woo! Wiggle it open into squat. And you can drop your hands. And this time step your left leg back. Did we do both sides of this?
Yes.
We did. Never mind. Jump back. Chaturanga. Thank you. Up dog, down dog, and left toes reach for the sky in your downward dog. Step your left foot forward, reverse warrior. Straighten out your left leg, Utthita Trikonasana, reaching forward and diving down. You can hold the big toe if you did on the other side, or keep it more simple, just that you feel free, that you feel like a lighthouse here. The top arm can slip behind your back. Reverse warrior, come on up and back, and you'll reach overhead for both elbows. Bend the left elbow, bend the right elbow, reach for opposite elbows or whatever you can hold on above the head. Both of them keep stretching to the side. And then Ardha Chandrasana, hold your arms if you can for a couple of breaths here. And you know that when you need to release, you can drop the left hand and either hold the right foot or stretch your right arm up. Get nice and soft. Step your feet together at the front of the mat, folding forward. Bend your knees a little to roll all the way up to stand. Do it a little faster this time. Right arm reaches in front, up and all the way around. Bring it behind you, back of the hand to your own back. Left arm goes up, same thing. Reach it all the way around, follow it. And left hand tries to move towards right elbow. Press it in, flatten your hand as much as you can. Thumb side pressing in. Release the left arm up to the sky. Bend the elbow, drop the hand behind your head and try to find your own hands. And then inflate that whole bowl of your torso. Feel your tailbone keep dropping. Your heart floats. Releasing the left arm up to the sky, cross it in front of you, left hand to right front hip, and slowly release the right arm. Right hand crosses in front, left arm goes up to the sky, circle it around and watch it come behind you, back of your left hand to your own back. Right arm goes up and around, right hand to left elbow, help it in. Help it in, scoot it up as far as it'll go, and then right arm reaches to the sky. Bend the elbow, drop the hand behind you, see what you can catch there. Maybe you catch your t-shirt. Find your kidneys, open them wide. And the right arm reaches up, crosses over in front of you, right hand to left front hip, slowly release the left arm. Left hand to left to right front hip, and then take your shirt off. Sweep both arms around behind you, reverse namaste. It's our secret club. This is our secret prayer. This is our secret club handshake almost. Our non-touching handshake. Keep your hands plugged together as best you can. Plug your feet down into the earth. Lift your heart up. Lean back as much as you can. And then keep your arms underneath the hips and fold your way forward. If you need to bend your knees, bend them as much as you need to. Keep lifting your elbows up and back towards the ceiling. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let the hands go. Woo, step back, downward facing dog, and then drop into child's pose right there. Child's pose. You can come on up to your shins for the camel. Curl your toes under, knees under hips, hands to your low back. Stand on your knees. Offer your heart. Draw the elbows back. yourself backwards, you can reach for the heels, or you can keep your hands right there. You can also use your 2 blocks. Let it be an offering, a softening. Heart comes up first, straight through the middle, uncurl your toes. Let your eyes close and you can press your palms onto your thumbs. So we're going to take a few more of these. I'll give you options. You can keep them really simple. If you want to stay simple, that's good. Do exactly what you just did. Same thing again. If you want to start going deeper, you can work on keeping the toes curled, keeping the hands in prayer, and going back as far as you can. And then eventually you can either grab the heels, or some of you might start to drop your hands. Okay? So you can take what you like from this one here. Toes are curled. Actually, let's do toes. If you're going to drop back today, let's do toes uncurled to start with. I'm going to give you one more prep pose. So if you're taking the one we just did, go for it. You know what to do. So if you're trying to, we're going to move towards dropping back into full Kapotasana. To start with, take your hands to the backs of your thighs and slide them down into the crooks of the knees, and then go back. And then see if you can touch your head down to the floor, and then come on back up. And then everyone through the heart.
I feel like one of those like classic things.
People walk around. Right? You play those things and punch this head. That's what we do. We go fall down, we get back up. We fall down, we that's really what's a better metaphor for being a human than those little fluctuations. So we'll do one more, okay? So you can take another, this will be the last one. Another simple camel, or you can practice sliding your hands down to your knees behind you and dropping your head back. Eventually you'll put your head down and hold on to your feet. Doesn't have to be today. When you ever cause spontaneous fits of laughter, I think that's a good thing. And then come on up, everybody, and take your hands, hook the fingers, cross your wrist first, and then hook your fingers. Bring that right here, and you can let your eyes close. Garuda Mudra is to remind you that you're free. To remind you that nothing, no one has to change. Your situation doesn't have to change. Nothing needs to be fixed. In order for you to be free. You know, Chinese prisoners and political prisoners were put in these tiny little cells, and they had handcuffs on, and they were chained to the walls, and they still created beautiful Tai Chi out of in chains. They were able to find ways to move energy, to feel free, even in a prison cell bound in chains. So if they can do that, we can certainly find it in our situation. Release your hands, go the other way, so other wrist in front. Hook. It's the wings are spread out. You bring it right there in front of your heart. And there's eagles in Goshen. Yes. By the gas stations, right?
I saw them on the trail.
Yeah, on the trail. Amazing. How incredible is this? That we live in a place that has eagles right by our gas stations. Wow. You 2 blocks, we're gonna take a wheel practice now. I mean, your shoulders have been through it all. So I think that wheel might be interesting to try. And you can definitely take a more restorative shape of the block under your sacrum, a supported bridge. Or you can take regular bridge pose. In fact, we'll all start with a bridge just to start with. So you can not have the blocks just yet, but just set up for bridge with your feet under your knees. And then feel your pelvis up to the sky. Gather the hands and the fists beneath you and rock your shoulders under as much as you can. Get to the outer shoulders. And feel your tail lift up. Feel your feet plug in. Feel the balls of your feet anchored down to help you open your lungs and your heart. And then release your arms first. Roll it onto your back and widen your feet just a touch so that your knees can come together in a little prayer. I was teaching a class a little while ago, and this guy Jerry said, "Oh, it's Namaste." So you can do Namaste. Now, if you'd like to use the blocks for your full wheel, it's really nice to set up the blocks on either side of your head. And your mat should be sticky enough that the blocks will have some stickiness to hold you there, and your hands can come to the blocks, and the fingers curling over the edge by your shoulders. And you can press your way up into full wheel that way. If you don't want to use the blocks, the blocks can be as wide as your mat. Yeah. And then you're working on trying to get your shoulders over your wrists. Try to do that. So you got to press your head and chest back. Press your chest back. That's it. And then straightening your legs. And then coming down from wherever you are, your bridge or your wheel. If you're on the block, you can stay, rest yourself for a moment. Take your Namaste. And then you get one more back bend. Go for it, your choice. You can use the blocks or not. You can take a wheel or a bridge or a supported shape. You're in the full wheel. Try lifting one leg up to the sky. You can do a bridge too, yeah. And then the other one, not at the same time, although good. So the handstand. Okay, come on down slowly and carefully. Wide knees, yes, hand on the belly and hand on the heart so you can feel your own breath moving through you. Not too different. Drag your knees into your chest. Rock a bit from side to side. Drop your knees to the right, to the left, sorry, to the left. Upper body to the right. Twist. If you want to wrap the right leg on top, you can do that. Your version of this spine twist. Yep, you're all your stuff. Does your left lung have room? Can you make a little more room? Can you kind of scoot that left shoulder back a little bit up towards the wall behind you? And then come on back through center, scoop your knees into your chest, find center with the hips. And go the other way. you do the elbow, first once you get yourself situated, and you all been coming, you know the deal. You can open the bottom leg, you make it work for you. But pick yourself up a little bit and just move your hips 1 inch over to the left. Drop them back down. The left elbow goes up, right elbow goes down, and you reach back and see what you can find there. It's your t-shirt, your hands. And then try leaning forward with your upper body, but keep moving your left elbow away from the ground. And then you can let the arms go and maybe fold a little more. Just fold to where you are first. Come out of this one, you can just shake the legs out, or you can do the spin around the balls of your feet and shoot all the way to the other side. Don't worry, that's too complicated. Yeah, that's a good one too, the Rockette style. And then this one, you're gonna pick your hips up and then go just a little bit to the right. Just an inch will do it. And then the right arm points up and the left arm points down. And catch hold of what you got there. Try to get yourself really anchored. Heart like a great big lamp. See if you can fold forward, keep moving the right elbow back. And then let your arms go. Slowly come on up. And you can choose for your last pose either Paschimottanasana, or if you like to take a plow, the shoulder stand plow, kind of upside down, Paschimottanasana combo situation. You can do that. How's that for big? One of those. You can go backwards and upside down, or you can keep it simple and go forwards and upside down. Good. A handful of breaths here to find your way down to the floor. Give yourself at least 3 or 4 good solid breaths before you make your way down into Shavasana. lost. Would that be okay? Does it matter? It doesn't matter, right? Do you want